People always ask, how is Zhang Jike still qualified to coach table tennis today? Anyone who doubts him clearly has no idea what the Three Musketeers really meant. Zhang Jike won the fastest Grand Slam in table tennis history in just 445 days. And the moment he said, "Send me first. If I play, we win," every opponent knew exactly what kind of monster they were facing. As one of the brightest stars of China's golden generation, Zhang Jike never needed to prove his place. His legacy was written with every title he earned. Back in 2011, at the World Championships in Rotterdam, Zhang Jike was just 23. That was the era of two Wangs and one Ma, when the old guard ruled the sport. In the men's singles final, he faced the defending champion, Wang Hao, a true clash between a rising force and a seasoned giant. Zhang Jike tore open Wang Hao's defense with raw power and relentless pressure, taking the match 4-2 and lifting the St. Bride vase for the very first time. The moment victory was sealed, he roared toward the ceiling and ripped his jersey apart.
4-2战胜了世界排名第一的郎浩，拿到了世界锦标赛的冠军。
That match not only launched his Grand Slam journey, but also marked the birth of one of the most formidable underdogs in the sport's history. Later that year, at the Paris World Cup, Zhang Jike faced Wang Hao again in the final. Wang Hao started with overwhelming momentum, winning the first two games and putting immense pressure on Zhang Jike. To most spectators, the match seemed over. But Zhang Jike turned the tide. With astonishing composure and his signature overlord flick, his unstoppable backhand attack, he won 4 consecutive games, staging a 4-2 comeback victory, stunning the audience and winning his first World Cup singles title. Then came the 2012 London Olympics, a final destined to be etched in table tennis history. Zhang Jike faced Wang Hao, their third encounter on the world's biggest stage. This battle would determine the Grand Slam champion. The first game was as fierce as war. The score was tied at 10-10, then 11-11, until 16-16. Zhang Jike finally broke the deadlock with a precise return of serve, winning the game 18-16. His momentum only grew stronger afterward. He won the next 2 games to defeat Wang Hao 4-1. In that moment, he didn't just win the Olympic men's singles gold. He completed the Grand Slam in just 445 days, becoming the 3rd Chinese men's player in history to do it, and the fastest Grand Slam champion the sport has ever seen. His rise was so overwhelming that it forced Wang Hao, in his prime, into the role of a perennial runner-up. As the 2 Wangs and 1 Ma era came to an end, Zhang Jike, Ma Long, Su Yixin, and Fan Zhendong ushered in another golden age for Team China. Together, they guarded the honor of the national team, refusing to give foreign associations even the slightest edge, no matter how hard the circumstances got. In 2015, Zhang Jike was diagnosed with bilateral sacral fractures, but he still chose to fight for the national team. 1 year later, the Rio Olympics became the defining stage for the Three Musketeers, but also cost Zhang Jike almost half his career. In the opening singles match, Su Xin unexpectedly lost to Jun Mizutani, tightening the atmosphere instantly. As the second singles player, Zhang Jike stepped forward with a back injury, so severe he needed pain-blocking injections just to compete. During warm-ups, he had to lean on the table just to breathe through the pain. But he knew exactly what he was at that moment, the anchor of the team. Facing the camera before the match, he said one sentence that showed his resolve completely. "This time, I'm fighting for my country. If it costs my life, so be it."
告诉我说，你这次真的是为国家而战，你死在场上都无所谓。
对，因为可能大大小小成绩自己也拿过，所以从团体赛里面自己要承担责任更大吧。
Fighting for his country with a mindset of life or death. That was the belief Zhang Jike carried with him. With a body held together by 13 pain-blocking injections, he turned himself into a golden shield for the Chinese men's team. In the final against Japan, Zhang Jike once again became a man of steel, delivering an almost flawless performance and helping China reclaim its place at the very top of the world. But right behind the glow of victory came the darkest moment of his career. Endless injections, brutal training, and unbearable injuries left him with no choice but to step away from the sport. Zhang Jike slowly faded from public view until a breaking headline in 2023 pushed him back into the eye of the storm. Rumors exploded overnight, and with no way to defend himself, he could only choose to retire quietly. Foreign associations immediately reached out, offering contracts and a fresh start. But Zhang Jike simply pointed to the national flag on his chest and turned them all down without hesitation. Through 2 years of controversy, the man once known as the Tibetan Mastiff never truly disappeared. His obsession with table tennis never faded either. He picked up the sport from a different angle, filming technique videos, running grassroots training programs. The rebellious kid who once said he'd never become a coach was now finding his way back to the sport in a completely different role. This year, the first ever Jike Cup youth tournament went viral across the country, and seeing Kai Jinhua appear as the opening guest was, without question, the greatest affirmation Zhang Jike could receive. He chose a harder road, but one with deeper meaning. From a king on the international stage, to a gardener cultivating the next generation, his legend in table tennis never truly ended. Every step he takes now is simply the beginning of a new journey.